TS back in comfort zone. Isn't enough to change it up. Waiting for a mid push out. I mean, you know, these days Ascent is really just kind of this rock, paper, scissors among teams, right? Everyone knows each other's plays books. Everyone's reading from each other.
Well,
DG.
Might not know too much about what Talon might do, though. Pushing out the B main that way. Not quite finding the shots, now re-peeking into it. Governor still with that sheriff trying to make it work.
Man.
Managing to take down NDG now.
NDG just wanted one piece of the action. He can't land enough shots to get the assist there, and Jeremy just cleans it up, but not quite safe in the sight. Chip boys.
Spike down A.
That's a good enough pickup that it gives them numbers advantage, even though Governor is pretty low. Spike play goes down, and at this point, just a clean retake is all it needs.
Oh, the turret just doing a little extra chip damage. Everything counts here in a pistol round.
Oh no.
Last player.
Oh, the
Bastion's
ping!
ported out.
Yeah. He was ready for it. He was crouched. Can't find the headshot either. Oof. Listen, I mean, I was one of those people that was hoping that Jeremy would come in this year and fire right off the bat because, I mean, he kind of needs to for himself. He needs to find that confidence on the stage. We've seen peak moments from the young player on Team Secret. But the operator looked a little rough and shaky on Breeze and not finding it just yet in the pistol, but still many rounds to go on Ascent.
Yeah, Lenny jumping back into heaven was definitely throwing him off a little bit. Now we've got the setups from Talon though, and it makes you wonder, are they going to push out again?
Well, with these weapons, surely not. Although maybe inching forward on main, they do have the Ares, they have the Paranoia, lots of setup.
Governor. Paranoia to support.
Okay, seems like Talon did have a discussion about greeting and overheating for stats. Obviously, just a second round. Waiting for his kill. Backed up, and they know that there's still members here. Talon has no reason to give the entire area for free, and even if they do, turret and nanoswarms there to just chip away at every member.
And at the same time, just wanting to make sure they don't give away too many weapons. Jin boys, there we go, nanoswarms available. However, the 0 point does connect.
Yeah, and they were also all pretty much through, right? A little bit of scratches here and there. Actually, Envy taking a bit more than I thought he would have. The smoke gives it away, but at least they get the spike plant.
So it's a good enough win for Team Secret. Now, can Talon make this a flawless win? Surely not quick enough. The rest of them trying to wallbang through. We do have an Ares, so might as well try to make it happen. But here comes NDG. A good shot from the back of Boathouse, but Governor is just that much sharper as well. Okay, Ben with the Guardian, and then Lenny with a Ghost. Why not? 4 out of 5 weapons saved. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Good shots from Governor. He's continuing to put up highlights for Talon, putting them back on the board, putting them back in discussion for VCT Pacific. We'll see if he can continue. You know, the desk talked about a little bit of overheating towards the end, trying to pad those stats. But, I mean, with these kind of performances, as long as it, you know, ends on a happy note, I don't know if you can blame him too much. At least for today, he's riding that momentum. And this is a player that came in and just started confidently talking before even playing one official in Pacific, right? Said he thinks he can fight everybody here. He's been very outspoken in all of their videos so far, building up to kickoff. And now he's here to back up the talk.
He's got that confidence. 5 kills already in round 2. 1 point away from the Blade Storm. Not much of the same can be said for, unfortunately, oh dear Jeremy, just for the time being. They are trying to attack though, so we'll give them that. But Governor continues to wreak havoc outside of B main. NDG was not expecting that. Team Secret needs to find another option into a site.
It's going to be a smoke to try to block off main, but they do know that it should be a split here.
Ooh, okay, Jeremy got the movement, tries to bypass the space. It does allow them into the site, although the wallbangs from Lenny are just firing off. At the very least, we've got the site now.
I wonder if it's going to be at least one person going for the long wraparound. Doesn't look like it, so just a two-way retake coming in through tree.
Well, Vash might be the one wrapping around instead. Has to make it quick enough, though. The rest of the team got to stay alive enough. But here comes Governor. Bladestorm available. He goes up at the ready.
Oh, man.
Third kill under his belt. Now he's looking for the last. Doesn't quite get onto Jesse Vash, but it's enough for Ben to stick the spike. Gets up almost at the half, but just not quite secure enough to take down Jesse Vash.
Round 3's not the round you want to overheat on for kills. I mean, listen, quite frankly, he was definitely feeling the momentum. His movement was good. On to the retake. And if he did get the kill, it would have been the thumbnail of the highlight for this match for sure if they end up winning the entire thing. But it gives just enough room for Jesse Vash. And this is why Team Secret was always getting so close last year. Even if they had a rough match, even if they had rough rounds, they have these players who are able to just kind of calm things down and stop the bleeding, buy them enough time to regroup. that is the threat for Team Secret. And it might not seem like much, but it is just enough.
Yeah, they've played enough games to know, like, take flight. Calm down, it's all good. I can still bring things back. And now with that 2-1 score, we're looking to turn it to a 2-2, hopefully. Lenny has an Odin, though.
Yeah, very desperate, too, because while, yeah, it was a clutch, that's not what you want to see on the third round on your bye round.
Right. Quick, simple execute. Paranoia out as well. Cruz trying to hold things back. Hold it off on the Shrouded Step play, but still able to gun him down regardless. Jesse Vash with Hunter's Fury in as well. Now the rest of them with that Odin almost trying to connect, but Envy manages to stay alive. Now options available are just heaven. Not quite so much door, but they have no idea that NDG is right around that spot.
I mean, with the type of util they have available, yeah, I'm not surprised it's safe. Sure, you got the recon on the drone, but
fair enough.
Yeah, you would need to use it a bit further back if you don't want to get spammed out, as Lenny's pretty low. And then you would have needed to jump right on it. No flashes as well. No information on tree, like you mentioned. And NDG was there, so good positioning by NDG. Very quick on that backup, should the retake have come through. Secret looking a bit more alive on one of their favorite maps from 2023.
I mean, when it's that much rehearsed, the executes are fast, they're decisive, they're impactful. Meanwhile, for Talon, you know, it does feel as though some of this carries over from, you know, the previous map on Breeze. When the pace gets switched up against them, and when it's a rush coming out from Team Secret, they can't really hold it down all too well sometimes.
Yeah, and this is actually why Team Secret had such a good win rate, right? If you think back, this was another team that used to just say, okay, once we figure out where they're weaker, we just keep going.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Don't fix what's not broke. The same thing happened on Haven, of course, a couple of times, especially against teams like DRX.
Yep.
Happened on Ascent. And they just know that if you're going to still go for defaults, we will always have the numbers advantage. Let's see if that continues to be the trend today.
Right here.
I mean, again, we keep talking about one of the teams that made the least changes coming into 2024, so you imagine the calling, the philosophy, the speed, everything should be similar.
Well, they are switching up the pace just for now.
A good round to take some mid control, put some pressure, see if you can get sight of those alarm bots. Not going to dig deep enough, but he has no idea that there's so many members wrapping all the way around him. From short, they don't peek out all the way.
Still trying to find that opening pick, though. Just trying to push through a little bit, but then smoked off immediately by Cruz. Talon controlling the map for the time being.
I mean, great save. Oh, I was going to say earlier from Jesse Vash to keep Jeremy alive, but Governor will find a kill nonetheless, this time on main.
Take flight.
And with that now, just might be able to prevent Team Secret from smoking things off. Lenny, sensing that the hit is headed towards B, sends out the recon.
30 seconds left.
And then everyone's ready to fire and let it rip. Jit boys, triple kill back-to-back. Governor getting the last one onto Jeremy. Everything lines up for Talon.
Great hold, the recon at an angle where you'd have to get pinged to clear it out. And then you have someone still holding close, a bit of an off angle with that Vandal, not holding close to the wall, not holding far out with an Odin. Try to go for a peek, but Good reset after the first kill for Jit Boys, and he was one of the members that we all thought last year showed so much consistency, so much just good value for Talon to build upon. It's great to see him return in form.
Get out of my way.
Especially on this Sentinel role. On this map too, he had some great moments. Still though, Team Secret very much in the game. Jeremy with the Blade Storm. Let's see if he can make some magic work. They're headed towards A with another A split, setting up for that execute.
Spots one. Oh, didn't see him on the minimap, so his teammates get the trade, but get stuck on the door.
A little bit unfortunate, but here comes the Shrouded Step. The decoy play for Envy to peek out, but it's just a trade. 3-on-3 now, and although there is space for Team Secret, it's still a little bit risky to get the spike down. Okay, they managed to make it happen. No wall banks just yet. We also have NDG just kind of lurking around mid, so that's the idea now.
NDG is the big one. The timing is going to be so crucial because Jitboy suspects it, but NDG just needs to be patient. His teammates are still alive.
Oh,
He doesn't need to be the one that gets first contact. Oh no.
Peeked out a little bit too early. Now Envy might have some utility, but he's just pinched down. Recon in, has to make his shots ring true, but Lenny just sprays it down with an Odin.
Thanks.
And that's Talon with the 4th win.
I mean, I held my breath on that one. Envy's had some nutty highlights last year. So there was a possibility, but it's always, those are things that look like miracles. And so
yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of performances from Governor, and now a little bit more from Jit Boys. I'm telling you, don't doubt Lenny. And now he's got this Odin. On to the next round, though. Again, Talon switching out their positions. A little bit more of a stack on A, but reading things wrong. It's going to be Team Secret that's enabled into B.
yeah, well, of course, the null command on the other side, and they have their own lockdown. So this is a read for read.
Retake.
Yeah, now their own null command coming out first. I like it. Denies the potential response from Envy.
Have a smoke. Yeah, there it is for B main. Governor gets an opening shot. 2 players isolated on the other side, and it allows for Governor to swing up on towards B. And then Cruz just to decimate anyone hiding inside of B main. Talon makes it a quick round, a flawless round, and a retake.
I mean, forget the frags itself. Lenny's calling has been very solid on the defensive side of both maps. I mean, this one, it's one of those very standard things just because Ascent is such a known value now across the entire world, but you keep tabs on the ultimates, right? You keep tabs on what the ping pong has been across the sites, and you say, MTB site, we've got more tools to go for retakes. Now, obviously, if Envy had used null command to start with, it's even more value that they get out of it. But since they don't, they immediately pop their null command first a little bit early to deny that response, so they're able to go in a bit stronger on the retake.
And that's what they needed, especially with that pacing coming through. As soon as they secure a strong lead, that's great.
And this time it's an A empty as well, because that null command is still available. They're just letting this happen. They still have the lockdown for the retake on A. I mean, Lenny is reading Team Secret's habits.
Great anticipation. Null command doesn't connect onto anything, and as soon as that timer runs out, Talon's got the site surrounded. You've got the lockdown. You've got the Hunter's Fury. How does Team Secret respond to this?
If he gets this, oh no, it's so clean. He finds one more as well. Does get traded.
And even with the one-way, it just enables for Governor to find a little bit more, jumps back out, another shot through. Jeremy tries to spray transfer over, but it's pressured into shooting down this lockdown instead. Lenny goes in for the chase, and it's Governor with the short hit that gets it instead. NDG all the way from A main, can't find the angles.
You know, it does seem like at times that NDG isn't quite able to get a hold of himself. You know, it looks like it's just a bit too chaotic to a big LAN stage against VCT teams here in Pacific. But we're not seeing moments that live up to the hype and expectation a lot of people had.
They're not quite. And
the B main one is there every day, all day, but the one in mid, like everyone knows it can be done, but it just doesn't happen every round.
It's another read, though, because he knew there was going to be that Aldro being committed. As soon as he saw it fly up, he went in for that spray, but here comes NDG now, trying to open things up against Governor. So Star Duel is gone, Jit Boys with a bit of a trade, and we're back to a 3-on-3. Space created, and all of a sudden it's a mid to A adaptation from Team Secret. Can Cruz play against this? Ben just peeks out. Cruz holds his ground, and all that's left is going to be Envy on a 1-on-3.
He has time. He wants to make these 1v1s.
Oh,
The best option he's had.
40 seconds. Oh. Crouch
Man.
spray commitment from Ben, and he's just tagged up.
I want to see that swivel from Ban because it just looked like Jeremy was going to have the kill if Ban didn't peek out with a pre-fire. Not sure if we'll get a chance to see it, but Ban, he's been free. Another, and this time it is on the KO, right? So it's not necessarily about putting him on the Jet. Last year it was only on the Jet that he looked confident, but something about the comms, the chemistry on this team, we got to remember, Governor says he was the one who suggested and fought for Ban to be brought on board to this new roster of Talon Esports, and it's paying off.
There's that bit of a duo, and it certainly works out well. Apart from that, I mean, just...
No.
No! The game plan from Team Secret instantly shut down, but Jeremy has, okay, a little bit to say, but not all too much. 3-on-4, spike getting planted, but retakes are underway.
You know, not to say anything about necessarily the cleanliness or whether you overheat or not, but the style that Governor is playing, he is playing like a world-class duelist. He's playing as if he just simply cannot lose fights.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, actually really mechanically insane. I mean, there's so much that he's doing, jumping around, updrafting.
And the interesting part is the team backs him up. I mean, if they didn't, a lot of these rounds would actually end up looking like overheats. There are rounds where he is going to drop a weapon. There are rounds where maybe the updraft is a little too eager, but the trades are there that either keep him alive or even if he dies, it's a very clean win for the team. And the pacing that Talon has right now is exactly what a player like Governor would want. If he wants to go in and take every fight, assume that he's going to win, he wants backup to be there immediately, and it is every time on the defensive side for Talon.
The follow through, the relays, and now, you know, he's up 17-3.
I mean, Team Secret would want nothing more than to make this a 4-8 half.
Changing angles as well now, down towards mid. We do have Team Secret players trying to creep up on Catwalk. Governor has a very good chance at spotting all of them.
Wow, no one was watching mid, by the way, so keep notes on that.
Okay.
Work him. No.
Getting
That's
hit
smoke
by
down.
Lenny. And that's another thing about Lenny is Sova. Punisher always good for a couple of kills. Jeremy sees it and wants to push the pressure. Odin will put up a bit of a roadblock though as the sprays cut Envy in half. Make that
4
a 4.
kills! Lenny! The quick swivel onto Jeremy. I thought Jeremy was going to have a timing there, jumping up amidst all that noise. But Lenny...
This is... I'm telling you, this is that Lenny that I saw from Bleed Esports like 2 years ago.
Well, I'm glad someone's keeping that memory because it's coming back. I mean, the Hunter's Fury, great. Part of it, Borkum kind of hoping that he wasn't spotted because of the first shot missed. But then Lenny, the fact that he's keeping the focus as well on how to hold his own angles and the timings, the possibilities while he's IGLing on this new roster of an entire new mix.
Standing ahead.
That was all they needed. And also not changing up all too much. The game plan still sounds, still good. Odin sprays through. Governor just a bit of a peek, and it takes down NDG. Here comes Jeremy, though. Bladestorm at the ready. And he's looking to get to work.
Just one more round. 3-9. Hope for the curse.
When he says enough is enough, I want that 9-3. But Governor, what?
I'm telling you, Governor doesn't think there's a single person that can stop him in the server.
He's overflowing with confidence right now, and he's supported by Ben of all things right now.
Player standing.
A bit of a bait, a bit of a trade.
He's expecting it. Oh man. Jesse Vash quick on the trigger, but Ban, a good read on the situation.
Switching sides.
I mean, count on Jesse Vash to bring home the few rounds that they've had. Stabilizing at 3-9. The attacking side, I mean, Listen, it was the same story on Breeze. A bit lacking. And on Ascent, it's even tougher because, again, the playbook is just so... That is part of it. Team Secret, they need to hit their first shots a bit more often.
So the form just feels a little bit off today, but as we swap sides, maybe finding a bit more success on the defense. Then again, we don't quite know Talon's game plan as they switch things up. Governor just trying to go quick up against Jeremy. Doesn't quite work out, but here comes Ben. There is that follow-up. You always talk about it, Will, and here it is.
I thought Jeremy's backup was quick enough. I thought that was going to catch Talon off guard. But after the one kill, Ban swings on the trade, and then there's Shadow Step. Jesse Vash.
Last player standing.
Well, good shock dart and a ghost kill to follow up, but not quite enough. Half HP though.
Spike planted.
He might be spotted. He might be vulnerable, but he might be able to find some shots.
The turret's there. He's waiting, but there's no reason for them to peek.
Ooh, this is odd. I was gonna say not impossible, but yeah.
Good post plant from those two. That was honestly, it's a 2v1. You spotted him once. That was a round where they could have suddenly gone for the double swing, and they probably would have won it either way, but they still wait until one more peek. They go for another jump because the turret wasn't broken. This is how you know that it's not just the hype and momentum that they're riding off of. The comms are there for Talon, and I mean, color me impressed because I did not expect this. At least not in the first match of kickoff. I thought they were going to look shaky. I thought we were going to see like bits and pieces that they were trying to put together. But here's the whole entire pizza.
Especially with that turret play too. Off to the next round now. We've got some guns. Not just some guns, a lot of guns. Thanks to the kills that they've gotten before. Team Secret with the Sheriffs though, you never quite want to count them out fully.
I mean, they didn't get the turret either.
Okay.
This goes from bad to worse, honestly.
Very clear hit towards B. The spike's not there, though. It's not a full commit. Nobody's quite pushing out of A main, so Cruz decides to make a move. Talon decides to pull back.
And he's pushing up very aggressively with an outlaw.
Well, close range is still, it still works. No armor, one shot, one kill. And then suddenly committing into B. Oh my goodness, Team Secret did not expect this whatsoever. And then the other boom shot onto Borkum. We're past double digits now.
Lenny's IGLing looks very good. The thing is what we're seeing is he seems to have enough ideas in his head that he can make the split-second calls. It looks like he was actually just looking into his notes right there as well, right next to him. Trying to keep tabs or maybe reminding himself of what they want to do next, what the game plan was coming into today's match. But, I mean, that call, you dig deep. If I get the kill, just go for B. Like you said, not something Secret expected because everything was quiet. Audio was cut on B main. It's small things like that, but the speed at which they're able to do it shows the practice and the calls from the IGL of Talon.
The entire team's cohesion as well now. They're looking for that match points. Just switching things up in terms of pace. Governor wants to go ham, going for the Phantom, going for the movement, a double kill in Vita trade. But then the rest of the team has already made their way onto site. It's a 2-on-2 and not impossible for Talon to pick up this bonus and match point.
Secret has to go for this, but Jeremy is so low, 10 HP. The shock dart, the outlaw, everything is gonna have so much value.
Oh, the outlaw. It's way too low, and that's gonna be it. Lenny hopping up with the classic just to check, and he found what he was looking for.
I mean, I'll see what we're all thinking. This is some justice for Lenny. What in the world?
I was trying not to mention it. He's like,
coming back with a vengeance from the bench.
Put me on Gecko again.
Yeah, well, not even that. Just don't put me on the stage again. See what happens.
All right, it's just kickoff. It's just the first match, but what a way to start things out.
Sure, Talon did this to us last year, but I mean, honestly, a great showing. And you know, that outlaw, I mean, some of the pros have talked about that as well, right? Close range. It's still good enough. You got the double shot.
It is. And now we've got the half armor all across Team Secret. Phantoms to everyone on Talon. Governor already so deep into the site, infiltrating, and just trying to block them off as they try to push out from defender spawn. Team Secret, this retake, it just doesn't feel like it's gonna happen. Envy trying to watch the angles though, nobody flushed out of logs. Surely inside of B main, trying to fire off the shot with the Mage Spark Guardian, but it's not quite gonna find all too much. Look at the swing from Van and Chip Boys. All that's left is gonna be just C-Vash, and Governor with the angle makes it a flawless 13-3 on Ascent.
A statement made by Talon Esports. Sure, it's a new roster.